Okay, welcome everybody to this live LifeVantage opportunity meeting. Hi, my name is Michael Huey. I'm a Elite Pro 7 with LifeVantage, and I'm excited to be able to do this webinar with you guys tonight. So just bear with me. I'm getting it all set up here. So as you guys can see, this is me. This is my family. This is my wife, Lisa. We live in Safety Harbor, Florida. I've been in LifeVantage for 5 years. And you guys, what usually goes on when you watch one of these webinars, you usually have two questions, okay? Somebody's invited you to look at some information, and you're gonna have two questions. Is this real, and can I do it? My hope and my prayers by the time that I'm done with this is that you guys will have both of those questions answered, because I believe what you're gonna see tonight is different. It's unlike anything you've ever seen or heard or looked at probably in your lifetime. My wife and I talk about this all the time. We believe this is the greatest opportunity that you will look at, that we may ever get to look at in our lifetime. You can see a picture of my family on there. I was in the fitness and nutrition industry for 25 plus years. I'm a graduate of The Ohio State University. I was an educator for the American Council of Exercise. I recently got certified in anti-aging, numerous certifications in nutrition, and as I said, I got a degree in exercise science and sports nutrition. And like you guys, probably a lot of you, you've had the injuries, neck, back. That was one of the reasons that attracted me to LifeVantage. And I want you guys to know that we can't say that we treat, prevent, or cure, or mitigate disease. But I will tell you this, I joined LifeVantage because of numerous reasons, but one was because of the products. I was the person, as you guys can see this picture of all these pills down here, I was the person that took 25 to 30 supplements a day. And by the end of this, you'll see why we don't have to do that anymore. Why are we excited? I'm excited because I was given an opportunity to look at a video that I'm going to show here in a second, just as I said, about 5 years ago. And when I got done looking at that video, I did some research on my own after signing up, and I read this book, The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. I had read one of his books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, back when I was, in my 20s. And I told my wife this story. All my friends made fun of me for reading a book about how to be successful in life. And most of my friends are broke and I'm not, so I always say they probably should have been the one reading it. But after I got done reading this book, The Business of the 21st Century, I gave it to my wife and I looked at her and I said, you know, this is what we've been looking for all our life in this opportunity. And I believe by the time we're done, I'm going to touch briefly on all 6 of these components over here that you're going to see: company, products, trends, system, timing, and compensation. And as I said, I believe that when we're done, you guys will see that this is the best business opportunity that you or I may ever get the opportunity of looking at. And it is because of each one of these 6 components. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a short video. And what I want you guys to think about as you're watching this video, you're going to look at what happened in the very beginning with our company, and you're going to see some important points of an ABC primetime investigative report. And it's going to show you some things that could happen. And then it's going to show you an updated video of what has happened since that ABC primetime video. Because that ABC primetime video gave us hope, and now the hope is here. The answers are here. The validation is here. And I believe by the time you're done with this, you'll see that. So let's play this video.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the mountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is a very exciting stuff you're finding.
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives, possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
It's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful. So, doctor, how often do I take these? And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses. It's the very center of many diseases. Liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks, even mental disease. Yes, depression, Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Our bodies are amazing machines, a machine that is constantly working to combat the environmental and biological stresses attacking it. We breathe in pollution. Our body works to filter it out. We get hot or cold. Our body works to regulate itself. We get sunburned, sick, or injured, and our body works to repair itself. But like any machine, just doing what it's designed to do eventually leads to wear and tear. And therefore, the longer it works, the less effective it becomes. It gradually begins to break down. And in the case of our bodies, we age. But what if that weren't the case? What if you could flip the tables so that as your body does what it's designed to do, it actually became more capable of dealing with environmental and biological stress? Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, you don't have to imagine it, because that world is here. Introducing LifeVantage, a publicly traded company at the forefront of nutrigenomics. Using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to improve your gene expression for a healthier and potentially longer life. Our first breakthrough in nutrigenomics came with the discovery of the NRF2 protein, also known as the master regulator of the body's stress response. Aging and many of its unwanted problems are linked to the breakdown of our body's cells caused by oxidative stress, damage from an overload of free radicals. Our patented Protandim NRF2 synergizer stimulates the NRF2 protein, resulting in the body producing its own powerful, protective antioxidant enzymes, and is the only supplement proven in a clinical study to reduce oxidative stress in women by an average of 40% in 30 days, therefore reducing lipid peroxidation to the level of a much younger individual. A recent peer-reviewed study from Washington State University calls NRF2 activation one of the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventive breakthroughs in the history of medicine. In a $3.4 billion antioxidant supplement industry, Protandim stands out as the key to making antioxidants rather than taking them. But there's another problem linked to aging that you need to fix: the breakdown of your mitochondria. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. They make adenosine triphosphate, the fuel that pumps your heart, supports muscle growth, and encourages healthy brain function. And because mitochondria are the source of 95% of your body's energy, as your mitochondria decay, so does your energy level. Protandim NRF1 Synergizer is a new breakthrough that supports mitochondria production and reverses the impact of cellular aging. When you combine both Protandim products, you reduce oxidative stress and help your body support mitochondria production so that you can have healthy, energetic, and youthful cells. Being the industry leader in NRF2 and NRF1 technology isn't the only reason we are at the forefront of nutrigenomics. Our next breakthrough was when we leveraged our unique knowledge of the NRF2 protein and developed an industry-first NRF2 enhanced skincare system, True Science. A multi-step regimen that takes years off your appearance with both instant and long-term anti-aging benefits. Our patented composition utilizes NerveOne technology and natural ingredients to bring back the youthful glow of beauty to your skin. And it is so effective, you won't believe the results until you try it for yourself. A further breakthrough in nutrigenomic research led to the formulation of Physique, a comprehensive approach designed to recharge and balance your body's natural weight management system. The physique system supports optimal digestion and immune function and is a safe long-term solution to burn stubborn fat from your waist. Combined with a balanced diet and exercise program, physique is the smart way to meet your weight management goals. An additional breakthrough in nutrigenomics was when LifeVantage discovered a way to unlock your brain's potential with Axio Smart Energy. Axio is a brain performance product with ingredients specifically chosen to provide long-lasting power, enhance concentration and focus, without the crash from sugary beverages and snacks, or the stressful jitters often experienced with energy drinks or supplements. Axio Smart Energy comes in regular or decaf. The power of our continuing nutrigenomics research led us to new discoveries in NRF2 activation in canines. And so we developed Canine Health, specially formulated to reduce oxidative stress through NRF2 activation. Canine Health supports joint function, mobility, and flexibility in man's best friend.
Okay, so hopefully you guys can see why we're so excited, why everybody that's on here is very, very excited. I put a couple things up here that really excite me about this. And guys, hold on one second. There's a little, I don't know how that happened. I didn't put that on here, but let me just get this eraser thing. Erase this stuff off of here for the recording. Okay, I'm back. If you guys just came on and it didn't mute you at the beginning, just mute your mic down in the bottom left-hand corner. Thank you so much. I actually saw Dr. Gupta on television today, and I read this book, well, probably 10 years ago or 9 years ago, or 6 years ago. I read this book 6 years ago, and he wrote 6 pages on Protandim, which you just heard about. You guys will just, if you haven't read that book, get that book, because it's a very great detailed of him talking about, slowing down aging and chasing life and things you should do. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But you can see the University of Florida has done studies, the American Heart Association, the Ohio State University. 2 of the big things in my industry and my history of what I've done for 25 years, the BCSG, the Banned Substance Control Group, and the NSF certifications. 2 huge. I tell people all the time, just ask the company that you're looking into if they have their products certified. PubMed, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, patents on our products. This young gentleman, Gideon Akonde, I had a chance to meet him through my friend Anna, who is on the far left. She enrolled him in this company back in March. He's a Pro 4 in LifeVantage. He was voted the Trainer of the Year by Men's Health Magazine. These are the type of people that are joining our company. And I can just tell you, I'm super excited about the relationships that I've been able to build and the ones that I'm looking forward to building because of the people who join LifeVantage on a daily basis. This website, pubmed.gov, you can see the National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health. When I was in undergrad and graduate school, this is where we did all our research. You can take any supplement that you're taking. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I did it. And type it in that search bar up there. You can see I've searched and typed Protandim, and 21 studies come out mentioning Protandim and what it does and its effects on exercise, on increasing, elucidating against osteoarthritis, a longer lifespan, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So just type your products in there. I can tell you that you won't find them. You may find some of the ingredients, but you won't find the products on there. And that's what makes us stand alone. And then this article came out just a couple weeks ago in the Huffington Post, 5 ways to live longer. Okay. And it's funny. I'm going to go on to the next page. It was number 2 was there is never a shortage of claims that certain pill or drug can extend your lifespan. However, a study of the National Institute of Aging shows that the supplement Protandim extends lifespan of a male mice, okay? The program has funded and designed to shed new light on the treatments conducted in intention of extending lifespan and delaying disease. This makes Protandim the only tested supplement proven to increase lifespan in mice. This was a 30-year study, guys. They used Protandim the last 5 years. Think about it. Here were the other 2 things, or 5 things. 4 more, including Protandim. Drink more water. Hello, we know that. Drink green tea. Eat healthier. Sleep more and drink water. Normal things that we already know, and then take Protandim. I thought that was pretty cool. And you guys saw it right here. The National Institute of Aging recently published a study in which they found that Protandim could increase your lifespan. You saw the studies on PubMed. This is one of my favorite ones. This is a study done back in October of 2011 where they took Protandim and compared it and tested it against a pharmaceutical for multiple sclerosis, which many of you have probably seen the commercials for Tecfidera. It's a commercial of a lady jumping into a swimming pool and talking about slowing down her relapses of multiple sclerosis. This researcher, Dr. Van Horsen, completed this study, and they used a couple other things, sulforaphane, which is an extract in broccoli, and this is what he said. Interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer, and therefore may be suited as a better therapeutic strategy. I didn't say that. LifeVantage didn't say that. Dr. Van Horsen said that. So let's move on. You guys saw this on the video. The health effects of NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary and therapeutic breakthrough in history. I always say this all the time. Imagine being first in that. I did a little bit of research. When you research PubMed and you type in NRF2 activation, from its first study back in 1994, you can look at the increase in studies every year. Now up close to 1,200 studies back in 2014. I looked the other day, we're going to probably finish this year at 1,500 studies, an increase. If you type in oxidative stress, okay, from 1940 to 2000, which is 60 years, there was only 14,000 studies being done. From 2000 to 2016, 150,000 studies. 60 years, 14,000 studies, 16 years, 150,000. It just impresses me every time I read this stuff. And now you guys, what I just want to do is I just want to kind of go over a little bit more of the other products. I'm going to share 2 more things about Protandim that make it stand out above anything else on the market. Unique, consumable, category creating, and no competition. I always say this, from the 5-year-old to the 95-year-old, from the middle school athlete to the high school athlete, from the mom who's suffering with whatever she may be suffering with in her 40s to your grandmother in her 60s or 70s. Rooted and grounded in science, peer-reviewed university studies. In my 25 plus years, it's the first product line I've ever put my name to because of what you guys are hearing about tonight. 8 exclusive patents. You guys have seen that, okay? So, last 2 things. Let me explain to you guys cellular stress and oxidative stress. It's just a condition, an excess of free radicals, which leads to cellular damage, inflammation, DNA, and scar tissue, which leads to natural aging process, and it's at the very root cause of over 200 diseases. And I like this depiction here. These apples demonstrate how oxidative stress breaks down your cells, causing premature aging and disease. And you can see it. Basic cell has is the nice green apple there. An apple attacked by free radicals becomes brown, and then cellular stress with oxidative stress, you see the apple begins to shred. And think about this. This is what you've got to understand. This is the most important statement in my career as a nutritionist and a trainer. The only scientifically proven product in the world to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. I believe that we could be $1 billion company with each of our products but the combination of the next couple you're going to see will make us a multi-billion-dollar company, because the science that you see that's rooted and grounded in Protandim Nerve2 is now rooted and grounded in the next couple products that you're going to see. And we just launched this just a couple months ago. This is our NerveOne product. And I'm really, really super excited about this for many, many, many reasons. One being its increase in cellular ATP, adenosine triphosphate, improves performance, okay? Enhances cellular health, peak performance. They did a study with about 43 people pre-launch. All 43 people talked about improved sleep, improved dreams, boost mitochondria production, okay, and their ability to network. That's a huge statement, guys. We've always, friends of mine, we've always been trying to find a way to boost mitochondria production and help repair, and now we found it. If you just came on, mute your microphone, please. I can hear a lot of feedback. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. Thank you. Slow cellular aging by supporting chromosome integrity. Hold on one second. I got to find out who's muted their mic. If you haven't muted your mic, please mute your mic for me. Thank you. And then I always, when I do these, I like to put pictures of people that have, as I want to say, have been a part of my life, allowed me to use their pictures. And as you look over here on the far right-hand corner is one of my personal enrollments, Dr. Barbara Borland. She ran the breast cancer center in my town here that I live in Clearwater, Florida, for over 25 years. You can see her right eye, which will be on your left. You can see the progression of 90 days. She enrolled an eye surgeon in this company because of what went on there with her eye. A guy that actually saved my right eye 18 years ago. Now I get to do business with him. And then you can see Barbara's grandson, Johnny, there. He got burnt outside. The doctor told him he'd probably have some scarring. You can see with our skincare regimen, activating NerveOne on the skin, as you saw in the video. 4 days later, it's pretty awesome looking. So physique, this is awesome. Ingredients never before in products in the United States. Clinical trials on those ingredients, focuses on long-term, not a quick fix. No more 7-day this, 21-day this, 30-day this. I can tell you that my own personal experience, I lost about 26 pounds of fat, put on 12 pounds of muscle in just over 4.5 months. And all as I did was switch using another company's products that were supposedly scientifically validated and just switched over to what our products were. Builds muscle, loses visceral fat. I believe all our issues that we struggle with start in the gut. And this is my friend Kimberly over here. This is awesome. You can see how the transformation she made, 23 pounds, 28 inches. And then my friend Josh sent me this picture the other day. I asked him if I could put it on there. He's like, wait, can we wait till I get another picture on there? And he lost 50 pounds in 5 months while adding muscle and not losing any muscle. That's what I want you to think about. Most, 90%. Please, if you guys just came on, I'm getting a lot of feedback from somebody's not muting. I muted all the lines. If you came on late, please mute your line, please. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm trying to figure out who it is, and I can't find it. So
Estella's iPhone and Pauline. Please.
Okay, you guys, if you guys can mute your lines, that would help tremendously. And then Axio, and I know a lot of us are addicted to Axio.
Good game going. The fuck?
Guys, hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Just hold on 1 second. I'm doing my best. It's going on if I don't mute, so I got to mute. Forgive me. Got some people that didn't. I muted, and it just hasn't muted them all. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's get back, and here we go. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. So, all right. So let's talk about this. Are you happy? I ask people that question all the time when I'm doing presentations. Do you love Monday and do you love residual bills? The heart attack rate goes up drastically on Monday. We all have residual bills. And what I like to ask people is do you have financial insurance? One of the reasons I joined LifeVantage was because my wife said this last point down at the very bottom, nothing was going to change unless I made a change. We looked at her 401k. It wasn't good. It was actually really bad. And we would have been working till we were 65 or 70. I owned a business that owned me. 4:30 every morning. When I didn't work, I didn't get paid. And as you see at the top, I was working harder in my 40s than I was in my 20s. And I didn't like that. Thank God Daniel Bernard, a pastor here locally, chased me for 4.5 months to watch that video that you guys watched earlier. I looked at our company, publicly traded, attracting top industry earners, doctors, authors, PhDs, athletes. These aren't paid spokespeople. These are people that are joining this company and working this business. It's very, very appealing when you see these type of people joining us. And we also have, like I said, you know, the grandmothers, the school teachers. You can see over here on your left, our name is across a soccer jersey from Real Salt Lake, one of actually the 4th best soccer team right now in the United States. And you can see Darren Jensen, our CEO. Darren left the #1 company in 2014 in the direct sales industry as their leader to come to our company. And that should excite you. If you're listening to this today, you should see that the top management in the industry has come to LifeVantage, and it's what makes LifeVantage a very appealing opportunity. You guys saw this on the video. $300 billion anti-aging industry. Okay, market that's booming. We have the only clinically proven product in the world that slows down cellular aging. $50 billion energy market. $120 billion skincare market. When people talk to you about their skincare, ask them if they have patents on their skincare. We have a patent not on the ingredients. We have a patent on that 4-product regimen that you saw earlier. Okay, you guys, this energy Axio that we have, the brain fuel, we're doing studies right now in Australia with kids with ADD and ADHD and autism. Last year in the United States alone, 250-some thousand people went to the emergency room because of energy drinks. I drink a lot of Axio because I like what it does. And you guys, if you haven't tried it, it's time you did. So let's move on to the next one here. Let's see. Okay, so system. Obviously, I told you everybody asks themselves this question, can they do this? You really already do this every day, but you don't get paid for it. And you don't get tax breaks on the products that you buy on Amazon or eBay or at GNC or Discount Vitamin Outlet. You already tell people where you get a massage from. You tell them where you work out at. You tell them who your hairdresser is. You tell them the restaurants that you go to, the books you read, but you don't get paid for doing that. People use our products. 80% of the revenue that comes from LifeVantage every year comes from people who just use our products every day, 365 days a year. Go to the Direct Selling Association website and you can see that the average is 20% of people's revenue comes from people who just use their products. We're the opposite, 80%. Most of our top earners in this company have never done this before, including me and my wife. Daily and weekly webinars, just like the one you're watching. We just had, I was just in New York teaching a regional training. A lot of you on this webinar today were there. We're going to have another big event here in Tampa on Monday. Go to Big Blue Calendar and look on Monday night. There's going to be a lot of Pro 10s are going to be out in the field on Monday night. So most every business that you look at is all about timing. We know I have several real estate people in my business, and they always tell me that everything in real estate is about location. I like this quote by Dr. McCord that I put up here in the very top. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that, but this thing is giving me fits tonight, you guys. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but he said, I saw a solution in search of a problem. A new product and incentive are speeding up enrollments, 25% revenue increase in the last quarter. Only 70,000 distributors worldwide. And I want to touch on that real quick. If you are being approached by someone to look at an opportunity, ask them how many distributors they have worldwide and ask them how many they have in their country. We, in 2015, we were ranked in the top 20 companies in the United States in the Direct Selling Association. The other 19 companies ahead of us were 15 years and older companies. We were a 6-year-old company. The next company above us had 395,000 distributors in the United States alone. We have 35,000 distributors in the United States. 10% of what the next company had. And we were ranked in the top 20. First 125,000 distributors will make 80% of the commissions. Imagine if we could have had a piece of Facebook or Microsoft. You guys all know that Mark Zuckerberg invited 5 of his friends to his condo to start Facebook, and only 2 of them showed up. I bet you they wish they could have had a do-over on that. So when you're thinking about getting involved, I tell people what I like about LifeVantage is that we offer 3 packages. 95% of enrollments in my organization over the last year have come with platinum packs. I have 0% have come from freedom packs. You get no product and you get about 1/3 of the commissions. Imagine if you were to start a business and you opened up a restaurant and you could only make 1/3 of what you wanted to make. And so think about it. If you want to start a business, you want it to be a business where you're able to make the most amount of money you can make. And so if you look at the platinum pack, I did this today. I've got some numbers written down here. It's $1,000 in product. It gives you 2 tickets to the next corporate event, which are valued at $200. So right there is $1,200. And then it gives you 2 tickets to our science seminar, which are valued at $50 each. So that's another $100. So you're really making money on what you've invested. You get about a $1,300 investment for $1,200. And 1,000 of that is consumable. So the Vantage Pack is $500. You get 1 ticket to each event, the science seminar, and the Elite Academy coming up, which our next one is in Orlando. So your best value is a platinum pack. So let's talk a little bit real quick about how you make money. Obviously, the first thing that you do when you get involved in a business is you want to get your money back. So 50% of the money that you get from, like I showed, if you sign somebody up on a platinum pack, you get $500 back. Okay, that means if you sign up 2 people, you make $1,000. You get 30% on all of your PC enrollments. Now remember, 80% of our revenue come from people who just use our products. You can see that if somebody that you signs up a distributor, if they sign up a platinum pack, you get $50. And I call this the weekly mailbox money. We get these $50 and $100 checks every Friday, and they come from these infinite Smart Start bonuses. You can see if you sign up a platinum pack and a couple customers in a month, you go into this Smart Start bonus, which is anywhere from $250 to $500. And then if you sign up 5 platinum packs, you get 1 share of the platinum pool and 4 shares of the Smart Start bonus. So that's a way that you can quickly get off to the races building your business. I think these are the 3 best ways to make money. Number 5 being what I think the biggest way to make money, and second being the royalty commission. Number 4, you enroll 5 people, you teach them to use the products, and you make $20. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but the second level you make You teach those 5 to do the same thing. It's all about duplication. They make 250 plus the 20. That's 270. Okay. That the average person that I talk to just wants to make an extra $300 to $500. I don't know anywhere where you can invest $1,200 and make an extra $300 every month for the rest of your life. That's an extra $4,000, almost $4,000 a year. This third level, 125 to 2250 plus 250 plus 30 plus 20, that's an extra $30,000 a year. My wife and I were able to do that after 10 months. And then this generational matching bonus, okay? Paid monthly. If I use this example, Gabe Pearson was signed up by a Pro 2. The Pro 2 gets 10% off of Gabe's check. Gabe is a Pro 10. The average Pro 10 makes about $85,000 a month. So she gets $8,500 off of that one sign up. Okay. She also gets 5% off of Pro 9, Pro 9, Pro 8, and Pro 8 underneath Gabe. You guys can do the numbers and you'll see the averages here in a minute. And then the elite pool paid monthly, the 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. I learned that no company in the industry does this, where they take the total earnings and split 4% of it into 1% pies. 7 through 10s get a piece, 8 through 10s get a piece, 9s through 10s get a piece, and the 10s get a piece of all 4. That's a pretty big thing when we only have around 200 people getting a share of this, and we only have 11 Pro 10s in the world. Guys, my chiropractor said this to me 5 years ago. He says, when we reach 1% of the population with Protandim NRF2, we will have 250 Pro 10s. We only have 200 elites and 11 Pro 10s. So if you're new to LifeVantage, your outlook is very bright, because I believe there's Pro 10s that have not enrolled in this company yet. So you guys can see this here on the earnings statement. You can see what a Pro 7 makes, what a Pro 8, 9s, and you can see the foundation rank of our company, which is a Pro 3. Guys, if you can make an extra $500 a month, that's almost an extra a little over $6,000 extra a year. Okay, I did some numbers with a friend. He wanted to retire in 15 years, and when he started doing the numbers, he is enrolling Friday on a platinum pack. He's been on the product for 4.5 years. And he said to me, it's time I start sharing this information with people. And I've always said this, guys, if you're on this webinar today as a guest, or whether you're on here as a distributor learning how to present, the timing of being in LifeVantage now is better than when we got involved many years ago, because all of the groundwork has been laid. You have so many people to teach you how to do this business the right way. And I'm going to finish with these 2 things. This was in Forbes Magazine, the top 5 companies for 2016. You can see LifeVantage was number 5. I looked up some of these other companies. It blew my mind, the company that we were in. A venture capital company, an energy company, a pharmaceutical company, and then ViewRay is a new company, 3,734% increase in the past 12 months, annual return. They are a company that developed a machine where you can get your cancer, you can have a cancer scan and get the treatment right there, all in one machine. And I literally was blown away. I went on the website, watched some of the videos. If you get a chance, check that out. It's pretty awesome. And then we got a AAA+ rating by Business for Home. And guys, I looked this up. Only 3% of companies get this rating. Okay. Read this last statement. Business for Home recommends LifeVantage. There is a high certainty that the net benefit is substantial for new representatives. That means if you're new to LifeVantage and you follow the system and you don't quit, the net benefit for you of making money and helping a lot of people is substantial. Okay, I'm going to finish with this right on time. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and then learn how to do it later. Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. I know we had some technical difficulties, but I'm super, super excited that you guys were able to be a part of this tonight. I'm looking forward to doing these on a regular basis. I will be leaving for Atlanta, Georgia. If you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, I would love to see you. We have a lot of meetings listed on Big Blue Calendar. We're doing a hot training in Marietta, Georgia on Saturday. So thank you guys for being a part of this. I will talk to you soon. I believe I will be doing another one of these next Wednesday night. God bless you all. Thank you for being on. Appreciate it.